Hi everybody, we are moving on to circle equations for LT7 and LT8. This is Mrs. Ogier.
This is Ms. Perrier.
And let's get started with the equation of a circle. So what you need to, or hopefully might be noticing, is that the circle equation is actually just the distance formula. So instead of having that big square root sign, the r over there on the right is squared. So it's just, again, change in x squared plus change in y squared equals the radius squared. The difference is that h and k is a specific point that's the center of the circle. So to write an equation, we simply just substitute the values in. The x value of the center goes in for h, the y value of the center goes in for k, and then the radius, which is 3, gets squared because it goes in for r, and you end up with x minus 1 squared plus y minus 3 squared equals 9. Notice it will always look the opposite of what it appears because it's x minus, so a positive value will look like x minus 1, whereas a negative value, because of subtracting a negative, would look positive.
Yes. So for the second one, you're going to do the same exact thing as you did for the first one, but notice that there is a negative 4 there. So when you write out the equation, you're going to see x minus 2 squared plus y minus a negative 4 squared equals 25, which we all know that just turns into a positive, giving that answer right there.
Okay, so with 3 and 4, it's the same exact question, just instead of giving you the center and the radius, you need to find it for yourself. So please remember that anytime you're dealing with a circle equation, you must have a center and a radius. So I simply write down the coordinates of the center, so negative 2, 4, and the radius is 4. Quick reminder of vocabulary, radius is the distance from the center of the circle to the outside. So I simply just counted from the center straight down 1, 2, 3, 4, or to the right, to the left, or up. I then put those into the equation just like we were just talking about. So x plus 2 squared plus y minus 4 squared equals 16.
Yes. And for number 4, you're going to do the same exact thing as what we did for number 3. And make sure that you start at the origin when you count your points. So the center is right 2, down 4, and then our radius is 2. So when you write out that equation, you have it there, and make sure your 4 is negative, so you have to change that negative to a positive in our equation.
Okay, next one, we're taking information out of the equation. So what is the center and what is the radius? So I can quickly see that my center is 1, 2, because the x value that was substituted would have been positive 1, the y value would have been positive 2. And then to get the radius, remember you have to take the square root of that number because it was squared. So the square root of 4 is 2.
And again, for 6 is going to be the same exact thing, and make sure that 3 is positive in our equation, so therefore when you write out your center, it needs to be negative. And again, it is r squared, so you have to take the square root of 9 there, which is 3 for our radius.
A few more examples of this. I have a positive 2 and a positive 4, so I know because of the equation that those are both negatives, and the square root of 16 is 4.
And then again for 8, we have our equation there, and our 1 is positive, so when we write our center is going to be negative 1, 7, and then the square root of 25 is 5.
Okay, so now if we were to ask you to graph a circle, again, you need to get the information from the equation. So you're going to go ahead and get the fact that your center is 0, 5. Sometimes people get worried when they see x by itself because it looks a little bit different. That just means it was x minus 0 or x plus 0. So 0, 5, and your radius is 5.
Yes. And then you're going to first plot your center. So your center is 0, up 5, so there's that point there. And then you're going to count 5 from each side. So you can count 5 up, 5 to the right, 5 to the left, and 5 down, just to make sure your circle does look like a circle. And then you can connect all those points with a circle.
For now, we can just sketch. Eventually, we will have a tool for making circles with a construction, but for now, just sketching that circle is fine as long as you have the 4 dots. Have a great day. We'll see you in class.